Alright, so I didn't really plan on making a vlog today, but you know, why not? There's some things in life that you don't want to do, but you gotta do, so let's do one today. Alright, so I've been reintroducing creatine into my daily routine. Recently, these past few weeks, I've been feeling pretty weak, not only due to the cut, but I've also been skipping out on creatine, so all my muscles are like desaturated right now, so there's like nothing in there. So let's put this back in. Alright, so I got two main goals today. First goal is to get some studying done before the gym. The first part of studying, I'll split it up into two parts, is to do some practice questions. I got 70 questions on TrueLearn today. Gonna do them to finish up the Family Med question bank for the complex version, and then in the following weeks I'll do the step 2 questions for family medicine and so on. Also gonna get through some of these pages. I'm trying to read through a little bit every single day. As you can see, I'm almost a quarter of the way done. Just want to get through this in the next maybe 2 months so I could have time to reread it over and over again before step 2 actually happens. All right, so the second goal for today is to do some squatting. My goal is to get 365 for 5. So that's almost double body weight, and we're doing it for 5 reps today. For a 1 rep max, that would be about 410, which is not bad for me being on a cut because my all-time best was 440, but that was when I was a lot heavier, like 194. But right now I'm like 185, so hitting this for that many reps should be a decent goal for today, so hopefully we'll get that as well. I also haven't drinking any alcohol in like several months, so if I do get that goal, I might enjoy myself a nice Heineken. And while I'm at it, might as well give you a tour of my fridge. I am no nutritionist by any means whatsoever, but it's a very straightforward fridge. I got my bacon, got my rice, whole pack of Greek yogurt for like easy gains, easy protein, easy taste. Got a couple of these Premier protein shakes with a little bit of caffeine in them. Sriracha, of course. The essentials, more essentials, more essentials, and then eggs. But so yeah, I'm gonna spend the next couple hours doing the studying portion of the day, and then after that, we're gonna head over to Crunch and do the fun part of the day. Not to say that this isn't fun, but you know, the gym is much more fun. Sweet, studying is done. That took about 3 hours, not too long. I had the PS4 running because I don't know what's wrong with me, but sometimes I have issues with like paying attention, so I like to have something running in the background while I study or read or do questions. Something I like to do, but that's done, so it's time to hit the gym. Alright, today I am rocking this shirt that I found at Goodwill. It says we're pregnant, but mostly her. That's something, I thought it was kind of funny. I've heard several people come up to me and say congratulations or ask me like, hey, you know, when's the baby due? But usually I have to explain to them that I just got this at Goodwill and I'm not actually like a dad. So today's pre-workout, we got a cherry twist Alani. These are really delicious, and this one has 200 milligrams of caffeine. Usually for workouts, I drink like maybe half to maybe 2/3 of it, depending on what kind of day it is. But today's kind of like a medium intensity leg day, so I might just drink half of it before I get to Crunch. So we're back in the car, just arrived to Crunch. So the game plan is to knock out my top set of squats, which is 365 for 5, ideally. But after that, we're gonna hit the isolations pretty hard. Definitely gonna do some quad extensions, some leg curls. And then today I will really want to add in some adductor work because I've been noticing my squats have been kind of like wobbly, kind of unstable. And I realized that I really don't train adductors as much. So hopefully once I get that a little bit stronger, hopefully this squats will feel good, you know, hopefully get back to the 405s for reps and so on. Alright, so 365 for 5 went pretty smoothly for the most part. That was like an RPE 9.5, so not really smooth, but it went up pretty nicely. So now I'm going to do some pause squats to really get that strength at the bottom. That's where I usually fail out my heavy squats at, so I'm going to work on that. Alright, so I was gonna do hamstrings with the machine, but they're all occupied, so I'm just gonna do some RDLs. You're gonna see something kind of weird in a second though. So what you just saw is an RDL, but I did something kind of weird. So I don't have clips today because, you know, Crunch Fitness rarely has clips for barbells. So I'm gonna use like this, I guess, band to basically not only one, hold the plates back together so they don't like slip off, and two, they have this string at the bottom, or like the band at the bottom of the, I guess, the level of the plates. So when that band hits my foot, that's when I know that I hit a good, reasonable like range of motion on the RDL. So when I hit the foot with that band at the bottom, that's when I know I can pull up and, you know, hip hinge. But yeah, other than that, I just finished up my isolations. That's the word. I finished up my isolations, so I'm gonna go get some groceries at Walmart now. All right, that's what I got for my dairy: some chocolate milk, some strawberry yogurt, Oikos, and some ratio protein, 25 grams. All right, I forgot to record this, but for proteins, I mainly got 4 packs of 93 beef and then 4 packs of 97 turkey. So really good amount of protein for the week. Definitely gonna last me quite some time. All right, so we're back home. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done before. I'm gonna show you a cooking process. So I'm gonna make a meal called protein slop. It's very straightforward. It's a full packet of turkey, 5 servings of 93 lean, and then we're gonna add some rice and broccoli to it, and then add some seasonings and whatnot, and just call it a meal. All right, let's put this turkey in. We're gonna put, not cinnamon, but we got black pepper and a little bit of steak seasoning. After that, we'll just chop in some broccoli. I got the pan heated up, so I'm not gonna touch it. It's so what I'm using is leftover residual like fat from other foods. I'm just gonna use that to cook. It saves money and, you know, it tastes pretty good too. Add a little bit of this, add a little bit of this. All right, so you see this giant platter that looks like it could feed like a family of 3 or 4. So that's all for me tonight. So this is what the final product looks like. To give you the macros, I didn't use too much rice because I was kind of running out. But if you add up all the macros, I'm going to give you a guesstimate. It's about 115 grams of protein and roughly, I want to say 1,300 calories. So pretty good for a final big dinner if you just want to like get all your macros in at the end. And of course, you cannot eat dinner without YouTube. So what I like to do during dinner time is put on a really good video, usually like 20 minutes above, because, you know, this takes a while to eat. So right now I'm gonna watch a show called Fit to Fat to Fit. It is pretty good, especially season 1. I'm not sure about the other seasons, but season 1, episode 1 is a video I've watched over and over again every single night sometimes. It's just super good, super entertaining, really good stuff for the soul. And another good YouTube channel to check out when you're eating dinner or lunch is Discover Connection. I love that channel too. So that was a really big dinner. It took me like 2 hours just to digest it and like another hour to like rest it off, I guess. But I got all my protein in, got all my calories in for today. So now it's just time to relax. Right now I got Cyberpunk running, but, you know, I'm not gonna play that quite yet. As promised, I was able to hit my squat goal today, so I got this right and ready. So initially I was gonna do this part of the video outside on my balcony to just make it look like cooler. But right now there's a lot of mosquitoes right now and I don't wanna deal with that. And I try to end each one of these videos with somewhat of a deeper talk. So today's topic will be eras of change. And this is something that a really wise friend once talked to me about one time when I was just kind of like figuring out what I wanted to do with my life or how I wanted to spend my time. But what he basically said is that there will be eras of life that you'll just have to sacrifice a lot. You'll have to miss out on family. You'll have to miss out on special events. You'll have to miss out on birthdays. You'll have to miss out on friends, to really go after something that you really need to do in your life. And that could be something like going to med school, going to finding a new job, going to finding a new place to live because your current place is too, you know, not a good place to live. There's things that are really hard in life that you have to do. And sometimes in order to do those hard things, you have to give something away or put something on hold for you to actually achieve it. And one of my fatal flaws as a person is that I tend to disregard that idea that there will have to be some times where I sacrifice something that I have and hold dearly to myself in order to go after something. I'm the type of person who tries to have it all, I try to juggle everything. I try to juggle school. I try to juggle personal life. I try to juggle, fitness goals. I try to balance friends and having, sometimes having a relationship, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. And, you have to give some of that up. And one thing that medical school tends to try to ingrain into our brains is the idea of delayed gratification. Like, they know that we're like going through a lot of shit, and they know that, we're gonna have to study, we're gonna have to do tests, and we're gonna have to, do a lot of sacrifice. So I guess the idea of it is that, work hard now, slave away for, a couple years, and then eventually down the line, you'll be able to find a job that you like, and so on, and then you'll be happy. And right now, I'm just like, well, then what's the point of, all these years? I mean, what the point of all these years leading up to that is to prepare for those years, but I just want to feel satisfied, and I guess that's one thing that I haven't had yet, that feeling of satisfaction, that feeling of, hey, I made it, I'm in a place that I'm happy with. I guess on my part, it's kind of like, I guess a sense of, what's the word? Entitlement. That's the word. Sometimes I do feel entitlement because, I'm still young. I'm still trying to learn stuff. I don't have a job yet, officially, but eventually I will. But still, I'm still living under, this place. I live alone, so, it's really easy for me to make these videos. So I don't know. I just feel like there's more life, and I just don't know how to reach it and grab it. And the other thing is, I don't know what to grab for, if that makes sense. Sometimes I'm sitting in my room, I'm like thinking of ways life could be better, what I would imagine my life to look like if I was a little bit happier, or I guess more fulfilled. But sometimes I have a hard time imagining what that would look like. So, oh well, All right, this video is getting a little bit long, so I'm just gonna summarize everything I just said and say, if I don't feel fulfilled now, what a fucking mouthful. If I don't feel fulfilled now, I will once I bench 405. Later.